Batman and Superman found themselves locked away with a god, Metron. But how did one of the most powerful beings in the multiverse end up like this? It all began when GOG was denied entry into Valhalla and cast down to Earth for refusing to fight in a war on his homeworld. In exile, Metron told him about the multiverse and the power of the Mobius chair. Hungry for that power, GOG waited until David arrived so he could merge David's ability to travel realities with the chair itself. When he asked Metron to hand it over, Metron refused. So GOG savagely beat him down and stole the chair, keeping him as a prisoner ever since. Bruce and Clark were desperate to uncover what GOG was really planning, and they weren't the only ones. Watching from the shadows were Kingdom Come Superman and Batman. But instead of hostility, they came with apologies. Hearing Metron's story had shaken them awake. They admitted they had been blind, and now they wanted to make amends. The mystery deepened. Why did GOG want to fuse David's powers with the Mobius chair? Metron revealed the truth. GOG intended to rip open a portal straight to Apocalypse and start a war against Darkseid, a war he had no interest in winning. His goal was a suicide mission, leading Earth's heroes to their deaths in the hope that he'd be welcomed into Valhalla. With that revelation, the heroes knew what had to be done. They had to unite and bring GOG down before his twisted plan could unfold. Later, they infiltrated his stronghold. Both Batmen went directly after David, while the two Supermen confronted GOG head-on, demanding his surrender. Predictably, GOG laughed off the offer, forcing both Supermen into a brutal fight. Meanwhile, David, warped by GOG's lies, tried to convince the Batmen that GOG was elevating them, making them immortal. But they pushed back, telling him they never stopped searching for him after he was lost in the multiverse, and that redemption was still possible. The memories of his younger days with Superman flickered through his mind, leaving him torn. The battle against GOG only escalated. Kingdom Come Superman tried freezing him in place with his breath, but GOG shattered the ice instantly, raining punishment down on both Clarks. Victory seemed impossible. But then David and Earth 22's heroes finally saw through the deception. Realizing GOG had manipulated them, they turned on him, striking together in a desperate push to end his scheme. Unfortunately, GOG opened a boom tube with the Mobius chair. Suddenly, time was against them. If Darkseid came through, Earth 22 would fall. GOG swatted the heroes aside with ease, leaving only one chance: the Supermen. They pulled their power, combined every ounce of strength, and smashed GOG square in the face, dropping him hard to the ground. Clark walked to David, extending his hand. David apologized, shaken and ashamed, but Clark simply told him he was glad his student was finally free from GOG's influence. Together, they turned to shut down the boom tube, but they were too late. Darkseid stepped through, legions of parademons marching at his back, ready to engulf Earth 22 in fire and war. And that's where the issue ends. If you want me to cover what happens when Darkseid invades, let me know in the comments down below.